Hi everybody and welcome back to the How to Renovate podcast. Today I've got a special episode for you because I'm going to be introducing my brand new online course called RenoVersity. The clue's in the name. It's an online course which teaches you everything about what you need to know to carry out a successful renovation and create your dream home. The course will be launching in January. The dates are still to be confirmed, but it's most likely to be towards the end of January. But the waitlist is now open. So if you'd like to get onto the waitlist and you'd like to know more about when the course will be launched, I'll be sharing some details at the end of the episode. So RenoVersity is the ultimate online course to help you plan your dream home. And the reason I created this course is because I have dealt with so many clients who didn't know where to start, whether it's clients or whether it's just people coming to me for some advice. They're confused, they're overwhelmed, they don't know where to start. And so I had this sense that there really wasn't much out there that guided people through from start to finish the process and the sequence and everything that's involved in a renovation project and how to do it well. And so that's kind of what spurred me on to create this course, because can you imagine creating the home of your dreams without the overwhelm and the confusion of where to start, the budget overruns, the fear of mistakes, and a really big one that people have is that fear of hiring the wrong people for their project, especially when it comes to the contractors. So RenoVersity really is perfect for you if you've been thinking about renovating, but maybe you don't know where to start, or if you're worried about doing things in the wrong order and making expensive mistakes. Maybe you're worried or concerned about hiring the wrong people. And I mean, if you've done any renovation before, you'll know that, you're already putting in the hours, you're trying to find the correct information, you're perhaps going through many other websites, trying to piece everything together. So if you're already putting in the hours trying to find the right information amongst the kind of sea of different opinions, and then, why not get it all in one place and learn from someone who's done it many times before? Because of course I've done it for myself many times. I've poured my years and years of experience in my own renovations and my clients' renovations into this course. And I have been working on it now for well over a year. So I've been creating the modules, planning the lessons, creating all the content into this course from all of these years of experience that I have in renovating. RenoVersity is also right for you if you're excited to start, but you'd like some advice or some guidance, and you also want some money and time-saving tips from someone who's done it before as well. So if you're ready to create your dream home and finally take that first step towards your home renovation, then listen on. So the reason I created this course is because I was getting so many questions from people about to renovate, and so many different questions on so many different aspects of renovating. And if you have done a renovation before, you'll know how complex and involved it can be, and really how many things can go wrong if you don't quite know how to handle them. So RenoVersity will guide and encourage you to put in the time to plan, to learn, and to research for your renovation. So in doing that, you will reap so many benefits. For example, your entire project will just be less stressful. Your budget and your timeline will be more realistic. Your relationships with your team will be better and therefore lead to better results, because you will be able to communicate with them a lot easier. And if you know what you're talking about and what you want, it will be so much easier to communicate that to them, which then of course will make for a much easier relationship and then a better result in the end. You will also make fewer costly mistakes. There are so many opportunities to go wrong during a renovation, and in the course I talk you through how you can avoid costly mistakes And there are various ways you can do that in a renovation because there are so many different aspects to it and so many different people involved and things to buy. And so just knowing how to avoid those mistakes or educating yourself, that itself will help you to avoid those costly mistakes. But most importantly, and what I absolutely most love about what I do, is that this course, like I do with this podcast and like I do with my masterclasses and anything else that I teach about renovations, it will show you how you can make your home just as you want it, and to make it function well for you and your family, those that live with you in your home. Just make it that true sanctuary that supports and uplifts those who occupy it. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you will know that everything I teach about renovations falls into my 5-pillar process. And just the same, RenoVersity also falls into this 5-pillar process. And if you've been listening for a while, you'll probably know that I always say that having good knowledge of the renovation process is one of the first and most important steps when starting your exciting home renovation. So with the wisdom and the very hard-earned knowledge and blood, sweat and tears of my many years of interior design and renovation consultancy and my own renovations, I developed this 5-pillar process, which I now use for every single renovation I carry out, whether it's for one of my own renovations or for a client. This is the 5-pillar process that I use, and this is the 5-pillar process that is inside RenoVersity. So the whole course is broken down into these 5 pillars just to make it easy for you to see the different sections, see how to approach your renovation, cover each pillar, each module, and come out at the end of each one knowing what to do for that section or for that part of the process. This really has been the bedrock of my many successful property makeovers for both myself and for my clients. So let's get into it. In the 5-pillar process in RenoVersity, pillar 1, which is also module 1, is planning. So under planning, you will be shown how to find inspiration and to set out the vision for your dream home, and also meticulously study your needs so that you can really nail down what you want from your project. This will be things like floor plans, style boards, your big picture budget. And then pillar 2, module 2, is preparation. So in this module, what you'll do is you will start to prepare for the planning application process. You'll have lessons about learning about the planning process, whether you need an architect and their role in your project. Amongst other things, you will also learn how to put together a detailed prospective budget. And by the end of this module, you'll have a full brief to be able to hand over to your team. Module 3, pillar 3, is people. So very, very important. Under this pillar and in this module, you'll learn about which professionals you'll need to hire. I will give you advice on choosing a builder or a contractor for your project, and also how to review and compare architects and contractor quotes in detail, which is a really, really important part of any renovation project. Moving on to pillar 4, module 4, which is practical management. So this is the stage where you're on site. And in this module, I am going to be teaching you all about having the confidence to manage your team and your project on site. You'll learn about the sequence of the actual build process. You'll learn how to put a build schedule together, how to completely manage your budget, and also, very important, I also show you how to manage budget overruns so you can get as close to your target budget as possible at the end of your project. In this pillar, pillar 4, I also teach about how to handle possible disputes with your team, which is very important for getting through your renovation project. And then finally, pillar 5, module 5, is perfecting. And under this pillar, we will go over the final checks and the snagging. So overall, when you enroll in RenoVersity, you'll get these 5 modules, 5 beautiful modules, which I've designed to show you everything you need to know for a successful renovation, from the very start to the very finish when you're placing that beautiful cushion onto your new sofa. And I teach all of these modules and all of the lessons using real project examples. So these are real life projects I've worked on from start to finish for real clients. And the lessons include beautifully designed resources, slides, graphics, and images to keep you engaged and inspired and motivated throughout the course. Inside the course, you're also going to get my 7 behind the curtain masterclasses. The masterclasses are really in-depth lessons into a certain room or a certain aspect of your renovation. You're going to have access to 7 masterclasses, from how to plan your dream kitchen, to how to draw easy scaled floor plans, to how to design your dream bathroom, how to create strategic and intentional style boards. There's even a masterclass on space planning and layout, so you can plan your layout thoroughly and really experiment with what you want from your renovation. There's also a masterclass on lighting, so planning your lighting. Another masterclass is on materials. It really does cover everything you need to know in that initial planning stage. So with these masterclasses, I really give you all of my interior design intel. And I also give you the knowledge and the skills you need to create a beautiful, functional space that works hard for you and your family, and really that you'll be proud to invite guests into. When you join RenoVersity, you'll also get live Q&A consulting calls with me. As part of the course, I will be carrying out weekly Q&A sessions. So you can submit your questions or you can come on live and I will answer once a week for the duration of the course all of your questions about the renovation, or about your interior design, or any questions that may have come up whilst you were doing the course. So that will happen weekly. So I'm not just going to give you the course and leave you with it. You can check in with me once a week. I'll answer your questions. I really want to help you get that dream home and get that successful renovation done so that you can start to enjoy the space that you have. RenoVersity is also absolutely jam-packed with done for you templates. So what this means is that inside the course, I have included all of the documents that I use for my real projects. So these include things like budget templates, calculators, checklists, worksheets. So I've taken my real documents and I've amended them slightly so that they are editable for you to use and plug in your own figures and for you to use as your own. So these resources alone will save you so much time and really help you keep your renovation on track, on time and on budget, because these templates will really form the kind of bedrock of your renovation. They will be the documents that you keep going back to again and again and again as you manage your project from start to finish. So I'm actually really proud of these done for you templates because I just know that they're going to help you so much with your projects. Also included in RenoVersity, you are going to get lifetime access. So whether you're renovating this year or next year or in 3 years' time, when you buy RenoVersity, it's yours and it's there for whenever you may need it. And as you may know, planning a renovation project takes a long time. So even if you're renovating in 2 years, if you get RenoVersity now, it will give you that time to follow the course, learn about everything that's involved, and give you really sufficient time to plan for a really successful renovation. And then lastly, and this is something I'm quite excited about, and I'm also continuing to find new partners, but I'm going to be offering you some trade discounts as part of this course. So when you enroll in RenoVersity, you will receive discounts from a range of different suppliers, most of which I've worked with before, who I have a good relationship with, and who are happy to offer you a discount on their products. So I mean, if you even just bought this course for the trade discounts, it probably could pay for itself. But this course is going to be worth so much, and the trade discounts is really just a really, really huge cherry on the top. So I'd just love to run through some of the lessons included in the 5 modules of RenoVersity, because I think it will give you a really good idea of what's included, what you'll learn, and just how much it could help you smoothly run your project from start to finish and give you that confidence to manage your project and really be in control of your team and essentially your own home. So in module 1, planning, your lessons will include setting out the vision for your dream home, all those masterclasses I already spoke about. There's also a detailed lesson on how to set out your big picture budget, and then also there's a worksheet for that. In module 2, preparation, your lessons will include things like learning about planning and permission, so when you need to apply for a planning application, your architect's role, how to prepare a prospective budget and a scope of works, which is such an important part of renovation. And again, I share with you my real life prospective budget, which you can plug your own details into, you can plug your own figures into. There's also calculators that will help you calculate how much your materials will cost. There's even a calculator which will calculate for you how much materials you will need, such as tiles, wooden flooring. That's all in there, that's all in this module. And then at the end of this module, all of the lessons, if you complete all of the tasks, those things will then provide you with all the documents you need, which forms a full and complete brief, which you can then hand over to your team. And believe me, when your architect or your contractor sees that you have put together this brief, they will know that they are dealing with someone who knows what they're talking about, who knows what they want, and you will get a much better response from your contractors, from your architects. They will know that you're not wasting their time, which in turn will save you money, because if your contractor and your architect are not spending their time trying to figure out what you want, those are chargeable hours. They will charge you for that. So if you are going to them with a excellent brief already, they will take you seriously and they will know that you're approaching your renovation with confidence. And in module 3, people, such a major part of a renovation. In this module, I will help you determine which professionals you need for your particular project. There's a lesson on how to go about choosing your team. There's a lesson even on how to interview your contractor and your architect. I even give you questions you can ask. And again, there's a cheat sheet for that. So there's a sheet with questions you can ask, and there's space where you can write down their answers, and then you can then compare your interview sheet at the end to make your decision. So this really is an important part of your renovation. It's just finding the right people. So I really try and cover this deeply within the course. And then module 4, practical management. So this is the exciting part. So this is when you're on site and you're actually managing the project, and you're there with your architect, you're there with your contractor, day to day or weekly meetings. So in this module, the lessons include teaching you about the sequence of the actual physical build process. So there's a lesson on that. There's also a lesson on how to prepare a build program, so you can follow and see how your build is getting on and if you're going to meet your timeline in the end. So that's really good for keeping you on track. And again, there's a template for that included in the course. Inside this module, there's also a lesson on how to deal with your budget overruns. I feel like almost every project has a budget overrun, so there's a lesson in here that teaches you how to manage that, how to spot it when it arises, how to mitigate for it. And then also really important in this module, there's a lesson on how to manage disputes. So hopefully you don't have any disputes come up on your projects, but they do happen, and inside this module is a lesson on a process on how you can deal with those. And then module 5 is perfecting. So inside this module, there's a lesson on the final checks and the actions you need to perform just to get everything signed off, everything you need to have in terms of your sign-offs and your certificates. And then also there's a lesson on the snagging process. So the RenoVersity waitlist is now open, everybody. If you'd love to get on the waitlist, if you'd love to get some updates on when the course will be launched in January, go to southplacestudio.com/RenoVersity, which I'll link to in the show notes and the episode notes. So southplacestudio.com/RenoVersity. You can go there to learn all about the course. You'll get a lot more detail there, and you'll also be able to join the waitlist on that page. So that's exactly where you need to go if you want to learn more about the course. So really, the reason I made this course was to help people with their renovation projects. I know it can be a really stressful time of your life when you're running a renovation. There are so many different aspects to it. It can affect so many parts of your life. It can affect your family life. It can affect your finances. It affects obviously your home life where you're living. You may need to move out. You may be living on a building site. There's so many different aspects that can be quite difficult to deal with and quite stressful. And so I feel like if people know what a renovation project involves, and if they know the sequence, and if they know how to plan well, all of those things will just make the renovation run a lot more smoothly. I'm not saying it's going to take all the stress out of it, because you will still have to deal with some of those stressful elements of a renovation. You'll always have to if you're doing a renovation. But in having the knowledge, you then have the power and the confidence to speak to your team, to speak to your potential architect and contractor with confidence, knowing what you want, having this knowledge behind you, and having a plan. And the planning itself is the gold. That's where it lies. If you plan well before you start your renovation, to me, that's always been the key, because the planning is the thing that will save you time, that will save you money, that will make you go in with confidence. And RenoVersity is all about that planning. So at the end of this course, you will have planned your dream home. You will have thought about the layout and the style. You will have set out your vision on your style boards and designed your floor plans and looked at your big picture budget. You will have prepared a clear and detailed brief to hand over to your professionals and to your contractor. You will also have put together your dream team. So inside RenoVersity, I teach you how to find those people that hopefully you will connect with, who will help you and support you to achieve a successful renovation. You will have learned how to manage that team on site. So there's a whole module on practical management, and this is going to teach you just how to remain calm on site, how to go about things, how to manage people, and how to keep track of your budget, how to keep track of your build. I think that in itself is such a valuable part of this course. And then of course you will have learned how to perfect your dream home. So at the end you will have the home that you've always wanted, and the best thing is you would have planned it. So you will know that you would have planned it, you would have thought about it, and you know that it's going to work for you and your family, because you're not doing anything by chance. Everything would have been thought through, planned, and so you can go into your renovation with confidence, because you know that at the end you are going to be getting something that you know will work for you and your family. But above all else, RenoVersity will give you that confidence to finally start planning that renovation that you've been dreaming of, and really create a home that works hard to support you and your busy daily life, a home that is functional, a home that flows well and suits your lifestyle. So you end up with a home that is unique to you and really just a true reflection of who you are. To end off this podcast episode, everybody, how you can get on the wait list to learn more about RenoVersity and to be on the list for any updates of when exactly it will be launched in January. Get on the wait list now, and you can do that at southplacestudio.com/RenoVersity. And like I said, I'm going to link to it in the show notes and in the episode notes for you. Well, thank you for joining me for this episode, everybody, and I hope to see you for the next one. It's bye for now, and I hope you have a really good week. Bye for now.